How do you feel about making the Pro Bowl with another team?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good feeling to make the Pro Bowl, to be recognized by your peers and by the league, and, so it's a good feeling.
So with that heel, I mean, do you expect to be able to be back to 100% for the playoffs?
Yeah, I definitely do. Like I said before, it's getting better every day, round-the-clock treatment and everything like that. So I definitely should be good to go. Sure.
Joe being held back this weekend, are you anticipating that you're going to get the weekend off too, just to give you some more time?
Yeah, and I'll need that rest. Obviously. We getting time off. It's gonna be good for my injury.
Sorry, what can these games where starters are sitting, resting, and younger guys can step up, what can that do for them mentally heading into the playoffs?
For who?
Just like some of the younger guys, as they get experience.
Yeah, it's an amazing opportunity, to go out there, to be able to start in an NFL game, to be able to, display your talents. These guys have been developing all season long, and they finally get an opportunity to show, what that development was all about. So
did you think right up until game time that you were going to be able to play against the Jets?
Yeah, I was looking forward to playing. I hadn't ran since the game Sunday, so I don't really look forward to sitting out. So I went out, did some, try to do some pregame stuff, and just wasn't really able to.
Do you think if it had been a Thursday game, a quick turnaround, that you would have been able to play?
I don't know.
Just in terms of, Joe is kind of done for the regular season. Can you kind of just encapsulate a little bit just, what he's meant to you guys and just how well he's done in those final 5 games that he played for you?
Yeah, Joe has played really well. He's been a lot. Guys, have really taken a liking towards him. He just came in and, did his job. He's been a complete professional, so he's meant a lot.
We've talked about overcoming injuries a lot throughout the season. Was there a point where you said, hey, this team is good enough, deep enough, that we're going to be okay and able to overcome everything you wind up having to overcome?
Yeah, at the end of the day, depth is really important. You have to have a lot of good players at a lot of different positions, but, that's why we train. That's why, the team hires great coaches and things of that nature. That's why the team goes out and pick up quality players in the off season. Because of situations that are inevitable throughout the course of the season, like guys getting hurt. So I wasn't really worried, about injuries or things of that nature because I knew we had the right guys.
What's your aside from you making the Pro Bowl, David getting his first Pro Bowl nod, just what can you say about the year that he's had and the growth that you've seen from him the last couple of years you've been here in Cleveland?
Yeah, this is my second year playing with Dave. Just his willingness to get better, his willingness to learn, him wanting to get better each and every day. Dave has a lot of talent, a lot of speed, a lot of good qualities for his position. He's very strong. He's a great blocker. The sky's really the limit for him because, I can see him continuing to get better each and every year, even though I believe he's in his 7th year. So, I'm happy for him that he got his first Pro Bowl, real proud of him, but I'm sure that there's many more to come.
Coop, did you get a sense that it was just a matter of time for him? I know you've only been with him for a couple of years, but as you mentioned, the talent and now kind of the production and the potential of colliding.
I really can't speak on the years that I wasn't here with him. I mean, as an NFL player, you don't really get to too much watch, other players, especially players that aren't playing your position or your opposing position. So I don't really know what Dave's career was like before I got here, to be honest. But I know, when I did get here, one of the things I recognized about him is he was really fast for a tight end. Usually, you have like a tight end that has a lot of good speed and stuff like that. Usually they're only good for the pass game. But I noticed right away that Dave, he's a great blocker as well.
Does the approach shift at all for you, knowing this playoffs are like, do you do anything different when the playoffs start?
No, I don't do anything different. I mean, obviously there's heightened awareness. You want to, you might want to do a little extra. You know what I mean? You know, maybe some more push-ups. You know what I mean? You could run a little bit more because you do get excited for the playoffs. And teams, I would say, from my experience, they become more intentional. You know what I mean? Like the game plan is a little bit sharper. Like everything is just a little bit more sharper. So, you know, you want to stay sharp.
Last one.
This idea that when guys rest at the end of the season before you go into a playoff game, and you think that's a bit of a rule.
Can't hear you.
Sorry, the idea that there's like a lull when guys rest before a playoff game, they get like time off at the end of the season, and then they come out sluggish in that game. Just how do you guys kind of combat that, and how true do you think that really is, given what we've seen there?
Yeah, I would say it's just an idea. It's like the whole Monday morning quarterback thing. It's like you know, if a quarterback plays bad, it's easily to evaluate his performance, you know, the day after and say, well, he should have did this, he should have did that. It's the same thing with, you know, resting players because, I mean, if a team goes out there and grind the whole week, they'll say, you know, they work too hard. So you can never be right unless you win. Yeah.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Mark.
Thanks, Mark. Congratulations.
Hi.
So making your first Pro Bowl, how does it feel?
Feels pretty good. Hopefully first of many, but honestly, the best feeling is just being what I can be for this team. You know, it's crazy saying that. You know, just thinking of the past and how everything went the past few years. But there's nowhere else I'd rather be.
What was it like the other night, just being able to celebrate with the fans?
Fucking hey, it was a
videos
fun night, huh?
around
I'm
social
telling you,
media.
yeah. Watching it and doing it were two different things. Like doing it, I was like, whatever, you know, was having a good time. Then watching it, I was like, oh shit. Like I did some wild stuff, but it was awesome. Great feeling.
Music kids night though.
Yeah, I know.
My mate is.
It's dope, and it's honestly vice versa. You know, when I started screaming, he started screaming, so we both like fed with energy. Yeah.
Hey, why do you think everything's come together for you this year where, you know, kind of your potential and production and everything kind of intersected at once?
Honestly, I owe all to God. You know, that's really how I feel. It's all God's work. You know, God's timing at that. So, yeah.
And a day like yesterday, when you get that award, do you reflect on what has been here and kind of your journey?
As crazy as it sounds, you know. As crazy as it sounds, you know, throughout my whole career, it was always, it was mostly about stats and, how many yards I can get, how many touchdowns I can get. And the one year where, like, I felt like, not that I didn't care about it, but more so the team was more important than me, was the year that I make it, So it's really funny how that all works out.
Is that kind of a lesson, do you think, then?
I think so, yeah. We, not me, yeah? Okay.
What made that mentality switch for you, I guess, this year?
Probably after my face got burned off, I was like, number one, life, no matter what, is a beautiful thing. The finer things, like just being able to see, hear, senses and everything. And then as each week went by and it went by, I started noticing I was caring more about what the team needed to win more so than what I needed to be happy. And by doing that, it also made me happy as well. So, funny how life works.
So that being said, how meaningful is it for you to be going back to the playoffs here, 3-4 years
It's
after
the world, Everyone's asking me if I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happy with how we are so far, but the job's not finished. We're not nowhere near done, so there's not really a reason to be happy yet.
Automatically. David, for how long have you been looking at it? I mean, did you come in like 2017 thinking Pro Bowl is one of your goals? Like how long have you been?
I mean, that was a long time ago, dog. I'm not saying I'm old, but that was 7 years ago.
7 years.
I don't really remember like my mindset. I was just young, I just didn't really think of what I'm thinking of now. And for anything else, I mean, obviously we're taking 1 week at a time, yeah, but that ring and that trophy is what we're really thinking about.
Regardless of if you play Sunday, Joe's being held back, a couple other guys are going to be held back. How helpful, though, can this week be for you guys to prepare you for the playoffs, give you a little extra rest, allow you to, you had that early bye.
The guys that are banged up, it's going to help for them to, this time to heal and everything. But other than that, we're pretty much very locked in, as if, we all are playing. You know what I mean? So that's how we're taking it, one day at a time, and just stay ready.
Dave, how important is it then, maybe not having everybody playing, but still to finish strong out through the regular season?
Very important, as if, like I said, everyone was playing. You know what I mean? It doesn't really matter who's playing. The job is still, to win. And we take that upon ourselves to be very prideful of that. So that's what we intend to do.
Maybe you were saying this morning how coming into the season they were looking to get you more involved to highlight your offense. How has your relationship with him grown this
With
season?
who?
ADP. How has that relationship grown throughout, I guess, this season?
Pretty strong. I mean, as each week goes by, they try to find ways to get me more involved, more and more. So I appreciate that. I'm very grateful that we have ABP and Kevin. So.
Your relationship with Stefanski, I know got off to a little bit of
Can you speak louder, please?
Yeah, sorry. Your relationship with Stefanski has obviously grown a lot over the years. You talked a little bit earlier this year just about how you guys kind of had to break some bread and sort some things out. Just as you kind of look back on where you guys are now, what's that relationship like now that you're at this point?
Night and day to start, like just even practice today, just like us like bullshitting, together. Like we weren't doing that back in 2020. You know what I mean? And it feels good. It feels really good just to be like on the same page, have like the same, views and the same, what's the word? The same goals, So, yeah, it's awesome.
When Kevin came here, he was effusive in his love of tight ends, right? I'm just curious, what did he say to you either last night when you got the news or today?
Yeah, I was sick yesterday, so he called me, congratulating me, telling me, it was a really heartfelt message. So yeah, I'm very appreciative of him, and the job's not finished yet.
It's like a proud dad, Kevin.
All right, take it easy. Proud coach.
So then why won't he let you kick field goals? Yeah.
Ask him that. God damn, I tried. I mean, the mentality for this team is next man up. So I'm trying to, go on a limb and say, let me try to help the team, and you got to ask him, man. I tried.
What was your range?
Far. I can kick. I'm strong. You know what I mean? Like that's what I said, right? I'm strong, yeah, like that.
Hey, so if we could do a time machine thing, what would 20-year-old David Njoku say about today?
I don't know. I don't. What would 20-year-old David say about today? Probably. I mean, you gotta understand, it's different mentalities.
I got you.
20-year-old David was not thinking of like the team as much. Like I was thinking about the team, but not to this extent. And me now is all I think about every day. You know what I mean? Like what can I do to help the team get better? And sometimes it's more mental, sometimes it's physical. So I just do whatever I can to help.
David, when you FaceTime Stefanski or the Jugs machine, that story he shared
He told you that?
a while ago,
You requesting that relationship now?
was that part of what that was all about? How you were trying to show, this is all about the team. This is what I want. I want to be able to be that guy for this team.
Damn, I can't believe he told you that. I feel embarrassed. Okay. What was your question?
Was that what it was all about for you? Was it about, hey, I want to be that guy for this team. I want to show you, where my head's at?
No, because he knows where my head's at. He knows, where I stand with the team. It was more so, I guess it was more so for me, because when I called him, the first thing he told me was, don't worry about it or whatever. But it's not something that I take lightly. You know what I mean? Especially with how everything was going. losing Nick Chubb, losing Deshaun, losing a bunch of big-time players that we have. Guys got to step up. So it wasn't really to show him that I'm about the team, but more so for me, I think.
Did you feel like that was a turning point for you in this season?
No, because I feel like it was just like a bad game, honestly. I feel like that game that doesn't really define me. I never lost confidence in myself or the team. It was just more so something that I had to get off my chest, I guess. Yeah.
Thank you, David.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dave. Congratulations.
Denzel, considering everything you've got through the season, the team being able to be named to the Pro Bowl last night, what does it mean to
I'm grateful. It's definitely a blessing. It's just a testament to the team, and because I wasn't able to do it by myself, and they just been putting me in great positions all year to make plays, and but it's just a great testament. I feel I've been doing as much as I can to help my team win. And that's just been a main goal for me. So I'm definitely appreciative of all the votes and everyone that selected me into the Pro Bowl. But we still got big plans ahead, though.
What does it say about the team that there's 5 of you in and 6 alternates, and so many guys kind of got that nod and got those votes?
Yeah, a lot of guys well-deserving of making it to the Pro Bowl. Njoku, first Pro Bowl selection. We had a lot of guys. I still feel that we could have had a lot more guys making it into the Pro Bowl this year. But it's just it's a tough thing to get in. But definitely shout out to the guys on our team that did make it and around the league.
So Jim Forbes today was talking about the pressure he puts on you guys as corner. You know, said you're probably at the bottom of the league, cover 2. So how much do you like the pressure of being man-to-man so much?
Yeah, I mean, I like it, and I think we like it. At the beginning of the year, Coach Schwartz, he told us he's going to demand a lot out of us this season, and it was going to have to be one of our best seasons so far. And I feel we been up to the challenge, and we taken that on, and we've been doing what we're supposed to do to execute that and go out there and help this team out. So I've liked the pressure. It's been good. I've been appreciative of his scheme that he's brought in and all he's done for this organization.
It sounds like Kevin's going to give some guys the weekend off to rest. Just how helpful, considering you guys had the bye week in week 5, how helpful can this week be for you, both individually, as a team, even if you don't play on Sunday?
Yeah, I think it's very helpful. We definitely got to take advantage of the opportunity as guys being able to rest and but still working our craft out here in practice and everything, and also guys getting the opportunity to play more out there come game day. So I think it's a great opportunity for a lot of guys this week and for this team.
Jim was also talking about, you fighting through that shoulder injury, and he said he thinks you're back to being able to tackle like you were earlier in the season. Like, do you feel that way? Do you feel like when you get to the playoffs, you'll be back to kind of 100% now?
Oh yeah, I feel I'm back now. I was definitely when I first got back, it was still kind of bothering me a little bit, and I was kind of hesitant on some tackles, and I know I needed to be better for the team. But I definitely feel I'm back to where I need to be to help make tackles for the team and do what I need to do out there.
Denzel, with not everybody playing on Sunday, how important is it for this team to still finish strong and end the regular season on a high note?
Yeah, that's still the goal is to win the week and win the game and go 1-0 this week. We got an opportunity to get 12 wins in a season, and that'd be great for this organization, for the city, and so that's the goal. So we're focused on that on this week and what we could do to get the win.
Denzel, you obviously you were here in 2020 when you guys made the playoffs, but different landscape of things with COVID and all that, and the crowd that was there. Just what did it feel like? What did it mean to you to be out there on Thursday and be able to share that moment in a place that you grew up?
Yeah, man, it was a special moment just to bring the playoffs to the city of Cleveland. Like you said, a place that I grew up in. Just looking forward to make a splash in the playoffs, though. Not looking to just get there. We didn't get this far just to get this far, so we're looking to make something happen in there, but looking forward to the opportunity.
Jim had said, today that, sure he still aspires to be a head coach again at some point. Just what impact has he had on you as a player? And obviously, it's clear what the impact on the team has been with him being here, but just, if you talk about Jim.
Yeah, man, huge impact, more than I could probably even speak of in this moment. I'm very appreciative of Coach Schwartz and just who he is as a person coming into this organization and the demands that he placed on us and his coaching style and just how he's helped develop my game this year. I do feel that he's one of the key reasons that helped take my game to the next level this year. And I don't know. Like I said, I can't say enough great things about Coach Schwartz. Like I say, he's a great coach, and he's done a lot of great things and helped us get this far as we are and making it to the playoffs.
Feels like Greg might be playing his best football over the last month. What have you seen out of him? How have you seen him kind of develop?
Newsome? Yeah, man, Greg's a great player. I feel that's also a guy that I feel could have possibly made the Pro Bowl. But, he's been playing great for us, making plays. He's such a versatile player, able to play in the nickel, play outside at corner, and do various things for us, all that we ask. So he's a great player. He's been good for us this year, and one of those guys that's definitely produced well for us this season.
What does it mean for you to be a Cleveland-born, part of this playoff run, a huge part of this playoff run, and being a Pro Bowl piece? What does it mean to you, being from here? How important is it to this team?
Yeah, it means a lot. I feel it means a lot for this city, and that's what I want to do. I'm appreciative to be able to represent the city of Cleveland in the Pro Bowl and making it to the playoffs. I feel like it would be big for the city, the fact that we're in the playoffs, but also the opportunity to be able to push along further in that. So I think it would be big. It's all for the city, all for the fans, all for this organization. So we're just looking to continue to get more wins and make a push in the playoffs.
kind of a fever dream for you, kind of looking at it, like you grew up here your entire life and now you get this opportunity?
Yeah, in a sense, it's a great opportunity, and I'm just taking it all in right now, and just appreciative of the opportunity, and that's it. Just trying to go out there and do what I can to help this team win. Thank you, guys.
Hey. Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome to Cleveland.
Yeah, happy to be here.
How
Happy to be here.
surprising have these last, I don't know how many days been?
Yeah, I don't know about surprising. I mean, that's the NFL. You know, things happen. I've been around long enough to understand, like, don't try to figure it out, right? Just handle the moment, and that's what I've been doing the last, 5 or 6 days, and just happy to be here.
Kevin had mentioned to us the fact that you work with Drew Fetzing, who has been
Yeah.
here, and the offense is real similar. So I guess in such a short amount of time here, has the transition been a little easier from a familiarity standpoint?
Yeah, I mean, as much as, one offense to another, there's probably not a much smoother transition, terminology-wise. Obviously, like, somebody else calling it, new guys around you. The bigger thing has been getting to know my teammates more than getting to know the system, which I think is a good thing.
Jeff, changing teams this late in the season is one thing, but getting put in a game is another one. Did you sign knowing you would probably play?
I didn't know what was going to happen. When you get an opportunity to get on a 53-man roster, you take it. That's typically the fastest path to the field, and that's what my thought process was. So, came here, had a chance to get on a 53, and looking forward to the opportunity on Sunday.
What was the initial conversation with Kevin like as he was telling you where to start and just kind of working through this week?
Yeah, I mean, it was the same message that everybody got. Like, we're going to go out and try to win this game, and that's what we've been doing all week. We've been, working hard, getting to know our opponent, get to know the game plan. But that's really been the message: is go try to win a football game.
So you said one of the bad things was getting to know your teammates. Ask Joe how you did that so quick. It's a common occurrence here to get to know guys real quick.
Yeah, I mean, I mentioned earlier, like, this is the NFL. Like, things happen. My family thinks it's crazier than, my teammates. Teammates see people in buildings all the time. There's new people in every building every week, and that's just the name of the game. But yeah, just trying to get to know these guys on offense and defense, and it's a really good group of guys. So happy to be with.
So in terms of just, being with AVP and, down in Cincinnati and playing against the Browns, it just has a lot of familiarity to it for you, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the level of familiarity is huge. Seeing a face that you recognize and that you've worked with is comforting. So it's been good to get back with him and be in the room with him. So it's been really good.
Jeff, you're on the inside now. As an outsider, what's it like to see this team, four quarterbacks and now a fifth starter, and be in the playoffs?
Yeah, it's like you said, from the outside, you don't really know much. You see guys go down, you see a different guy in there, throughout the season, and it's difficult. You see teams where, a key player goes down and it just derails the season, and it's been the opposite here, and I think it's it's the way that the culture is built here, the way that the roster was built here. It really is a full team, and that's what it takes to be successful.
How tough is the week when you're not only trying to learn this system here, but you also got to prepare for the Bengals defense?
Yeah, I mean, all weeks are hard, right? Like, there's a lot thrown at you week in and week out. So I mean, it's a little bit of a challenge, getting to meet people for the first time, shake their hand, and then go play with them. So that's a little bit different. But yeah, I mean, it's a really good defense, and we've watched a lot of tape on them. The staff and the other guys here know them a little bit better than I do, just from playing them the last few years. But yeah, it's a challenge, but that's the NFL. It's a challenge every week.
You're the first quarterback in this series to start against both teams.
Yeah, I heard that. That's an interesting stat. I'm surprised that that's a thing, but yeah, I heard that. Whatever that means. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
And your first touchdown was against this team. Remember that?
I do. I remember it well.
Came in for Andy Dalton.
Came in. Yep. He something happened. I think his hand. I threw a touchdown on the seam to Tyler Boyd, and he proceeded to throw my first touchdown ball in the stands. I looked around, like, I asked the ref, I was like, "Where's the ball?" And he's like, "I don't know." Like, what would I know?
First touchdown in that game.
Yeah, I think it was from about this far away, but yeah.
Did you keep that one?
No, not that one.
Did you know Joe very well before you got here?
No, hadn't worked with him before. But he was in Denver the year before I was there, and Brett Rippon and Drew Lock, said really good things about him, and all true.
Me from the outside, not being on the inside, just how impressive is it for him to come in and win 4 in a row and just put up the numbers that he has when he hadn't been on the team?
Yeah, it's huge. He was, out of football the whole year, just living, relatively civilian life, coming in here, getting back into the swing of an NFL building, NFL season, and getting thrust in pretty quickly. It's been fun to watch from the outside, but being here and seeing it, I'm not surprised.
Jeff, you talked about just getting acclimated, getting to know the guys. There's been a lot said about this locker room, just how tight it is, and for the fact that they're going 0-5 and they're in the playoffs and all this. So what's your first impressions of some of the guys that you have been able to interact with and how this locker room has been?
Yeah, there's a reason that the record is what it is. Obviously, it's a talented group, but like you mentioned, really tight-knit group, really good guys across the board, and you need that over the course of a season.
Do you feel this game is an audition?
I don't think so. Every player in this league, their resume is what they put on the field. But we're worried about winning this game, and that's all I'm worried about. If I start thinking about stuff down the line, whether this year or years to come, I would be doing this team a disservice.
And what were you were here with the Cardinals when they played there, right?
Yes.
Shut up.
Yeah.
What are your observations about the Browns defense?
Yeah, tough defense, right? Good schematically, good physically, and really deep unit. So there's a reason they're at the top of the league, in terms of team defense.
Is there any thought that you might play in that game, or did you know going in?
I was up. That was the one year this year that I was elevated from the practice squad. I had the mindset that I'm one snap away, and that's reality. So I was prepared to play. I didn't know what was going to happen, but anytime you're back up, you got to be ready to go.
If you get to stick around and you're here throughout the playoffs, what do you think you can help Joe with? What do you think you can offer him or support him?
Yeah, I don't know. He's been there, done that, Super Bowl winning quarterback. Played 16, 17 years now. Obviously, and support him in whatever way I can. I don't know what that is, but just like to every other teammate, I'll do the same to him. Is just be a good teammate.
Keep hearing games on the surface and just identifying.
Yeah, you got to feel it out, right? You got to just see what he likes. How the communication goes in the sideline, and sometimes guys like to talk it out. Sometimes they just like to play. So, gonna do what I can to just be a good teammate.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, guys. Nice to meet everybody.
Only from you guys. Yeah, no. I appreciate it. It's I know you guys have a tough job to do, so trying to help out any way we can, but it's appreciated, and thank you.
Is this a game that your back might be welcome to a Sunday off?
I'm not sure yet. I know Coach has a plan for that, and he's kind of having everybody just prepare for the week and see where we're at, come tomorrow or Saturday. But it is a nice position to be in where if we need to relax some guys, we have that ability to relax some guys and get their bodies right for the playoff stretch.
Joel, you're racking up the Pro Bowls now. How do you feel about that? And do you feel like, you're really getting into the conversation now for Hall of Fame. So.
Yeah, anytime you get recognized, it's a great honor, and that's coaches, players, and fans all voted for that, and I'm appreciative of it. Coach kind of mentioned yesterday, especially linemen, it's such a group award, and you're playing with guys like Coop and this year Ford and David Njoku are making great plays, and they help us look good. We try and help them look good, but it's an honor, and of 6, I saw Dan said something about the 4th most in Browns history was kind of in the names above it. Lou Groza, Jim Brown, Joe Thomas. I was like, that's pretty special company. That was the one that kind of made me go, wow, this is pretty cool, because you live in the moment from season to season, and you try and take it one game at a time. But like I said, anytime you get recognized, it's a great honor, and we'll see about the other stuff. I'm just trying to do the best we can this year, and we'll go from there.
Racking up the good guy awards, you're the all-time winner in that.
Put that on the resume too.
I thought that would have hit you harder than
Joe, you've been here the whole time with David Njoku. I know we asked you about him as a teammate and such. What is it like to see a teammate then, be rewarded and have everything kind of finally come together for him this season?
Yeah, I thought we had a lot of guys that deserve recognition, but David was one that I was, a couple weeks ago, I was like, man, I really hope he makes the Pro Bowl this year because he's deserved it. He's worked. The person he is, and he came in as a 20-year-old, I don't know what you expect a 20-year-old to do when you're your first-round draft pick, but I know Coach Stefanski's talked about it, but the way he's matured and the way he's been a core part of this team and one of our leaders, one of our playmakers, it's been special. The little run he's been on, catching passes and making plays for us. I was so pumped for him when I heard he made it because just the change he's made. I mean, I don't know how many times he asked for a trade or wanted to get out of here, and it takes time to learn and develop, and he's done all those things. So for him, I know that was really special.
Joe, you had the back and you had the knee. Now you're on with an oblique. Is this as beat up as you've ever been in a season?
Yeah. It's just one thing after another for me, in certain things. I don't know if it's like a domino effect with the knee and, everything kind of just works together and it adds on. Luckily for me, I've been able to play through most of it, you know what I mean? But yeah, just the body being beat up and certainly, like, you're always beat up, you know what I mean? But these are things that are, kind of just like, dang, that's annoying me right now. But hopefully, we get this little stretch here and we can get the body as good as possible going into the playoffs and really make a run at it.
I know you said, you making Pro Bowls, kind of like a team award. I know they didn't make it per se, but the fact that Ethan and Wyatt were named alternates, how cool is it that the entire interior of this offensive line has been recognized?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, those guys are playing at a high level. They're competing every day. We wanted to be one of the stronger O-lines in the league, and then you lose your top 3-4 tackles. But the inside three, I think, has stayed healthy for the most part. Wyatt's played every snap so far this year and has done a good job. And Poe, I think, has gotten his chance to prove that he's a good center in this league. And it's so tough with the Pro Bowl because I think you look at the top 5 centers in the AFC, and I think you look at their play, and it's like all of them are very similar. It's just kind of who got the vote here or there to get in. Same with the guards. I mean, we know Wyatt's a great player, and he's made some awesome blocks for us over the years. And hopefully those guys get a chance to get recognized as well. But like you said, being an alternate is big. I'll shout out JOK too. And Dustin. I think both those guys truly deserve to get in. Obviously Justin Tucker's, one of the greatest kickers of all time. But I think if you look at Dustin's body of work, the game winners, the 50-yard plus, he's done such a good job for us this year, and he's, part of a lot of those wins. And then you get like JOK, he plays outside linebacker off the ball, and he's in the same voting group as guys that are great players, and TJ Watt and Trey Hendrickson, but they just play different positions, and so it's hard for those guys to get the recognition. I'm glad he got some recognition, but yeah, it's one of those things where you want to see as many of your guys get recognition as possible because it means the team's doing pretty well.
So Jim Schwartz said the atmosphere at the Jets game is like in his top 5, 30 years. How about you?
Yeah, it was great. Running out of the tunnel was pretty cool with the lights out and the all the lights going on, the light show. And then I don't think the crowd ever got quiet. Like, it was so loud when we were on the bench waiting and some of those big plays that Flacco made. It was a pretty awesome experience. And then we go to the playoffs after that, and I think everybody stuck around. It was very fun. It's definitely up there. It's definitely one of the top atmospheres for home games I've ever been in.
Did you polish off a few empties like David did at the end?
No, I didn't. I was. You got to be careful with those. He came down with a mysterious illness yesterday, so we'll see what happened with that. But no, I think it's just a testament to our fans. They've been great all year, and it's truly a home field advantage for us. So it was fun to celebrate with them, though.
We talked a lot about overcoming all the injuries and the season you've gone through. Was there a moment or a time when you said, hey, we're going to be okay despite all these kind of piling up?
I don't know if we had time to like think about it because I feel like you said, every week it was something new or some major, big, debilitating injury. And Coach Stefanski was so smooth and even keel about it, and he never showed us he worried. When Deshaun went down, obviously we were like we had just played our best game, as an offense in that second half of Baltimore, and we came out with a win, and I think we were riding a high, and there was a second there where it's like, dang, again, you know what I mean? Like, we just got to this point. So I think everybody, to a man would say, there was a question at that point. But the next day, I think we were ready to roll, and we were like, hey, we got a chance to keep winning. Our defense is playing great. They got to keep it up, and now we've had Flacco here, and he's played amazing football. But it's just been the next man up all year, and it's such a cliche. But when it's part of your culture, it's not a cliche anymore.
Why do you think Joe, speaking of Flacco, why do you think he's fit in as quickly and as well as he has?
I think he's just a good guy, a good person. He loves playing ball, and he wants to win. And all those things make it easy to fit in, and they say winning cures all in that sense. But he's been great from the start. He's easy to talk to. He has so many stories. He's had so much experiences that I think the locker room just wanted to gravitate to that.
So you talked about the atmosphere on Thursday. Just out of curiosity, do you think that the structure of the playoffs should be revisited by the NFL in terms of where teams sort of finish and almost get rid of the division part of it, where it's more like the NBA, where if you're a higher seed, because in fairness to you guys, you're 11-5, you have the second best record in the AFC right now, but you're only going to be able to be the fifth seed.
Yeah, it's
and I know you guys don't care necessarily where you
right.
all the cliches, but just
it's
something you would
it's something to think about. You could have the division winners get in the playoffs no matter what, but it's kind of reseeded to be best records and stuff like that. It gives people something to play for later in the year. Your division is kind of one of those things. That's the goal. You want to win your division because that gets you a ticket automatically. But it would be nice. Like you said, we have the second best record in the AFC right now. It'd be great to have a home playoff game in those situations. But the team we're going to play is going to win their division, and that's always tough to do too. So I see both sides of it, but I wouldn't be opposed to them looking, to adjust it where the better record might get home field advantage or something of that nature.
Very good.
Thanks a lot, Joe.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Joe.
Save Tom.